A US president sits down with a former jihadist, not in secret, but with cameras rolling in Riyadh. And that's not all. Sanctions are lifted, billions may follow, and the Middle East may never be the same again. On Wednesday, US President Donald Trump had tea with Syria's new interim president Ahmed al-Sharaa, formerly known as Abu Muhammad al-Jalani. Until recently, al-Sharaa had a $10 million bounty on his head and was listed as a global terrorist by the United States. The two met in Riyadh 6 months after al-Sharaa led a campaign that toppled Bashar al-Assad's half-century-old rule. Iran-backed militias were ejected, Assad fled, and al-Sharaa declared himself president. Once the head of al-Nusra Front, which is al-Qaeda's affiliate in Syria, Sharaa is accused of orchestrating suicide bombings across the country. Born in Saudi Arabia, he fought US forces in Iraq before becoming a major figure in Syria's Islamist rebellion. The meeting between Trump and al-Sharaa was described as historic, the first between a US and Syrian president in 25 years. It took place during Trump's first state visits of his second term. Photos released by the White House and the Saudi Foreign Ministry show both leaders smiling. The Syrian Foreign Ministry said Trump pledged to stand by Syria at this critical juncture. Just a day earlier, POTUS stunned the world again by announcing the removal of decades-old sanctions on Syria.
With the support of leaders in this room, and they're great leaders, you are, we are currently exploring normalizing relations with Syria's new government, as you know, beginning with my meeting with President Ahmed al-Sharaa and Secretary Rubio's meeting with the Syrian foreign minister in Turkey after discussing the situation with Crown Prince Mohammed and President Erdogan of Turkey. I am also ordering the cessation of sanctions against Syria to give them a fresh start. It gives them a chance for greatness. The sanctions were really crippling, very powerful. And I spoke to Mohammed, and I spoke to our friend from Turkey, who we just spoke to also by phone now. But felt very strongly that this would give them a chance. It's not going to be easy anyway, so it gives them a good, strong chance. And it was my honor to do so. So we will be dropping all of the sanctions on Syria, which I think really is going to be a good thing. And we made a speech last night, and that was the thing that got the biggest applause from the room. We had a very crowded room with thousands of people, and the statement that got the biggest applause was dropping the sanctions on Syria, strongest enlistment, and that includes the police departments too. They've had a tough go of it for a long time. At the end of my first term,
the move was met with a 40-second long applause, even a standing ovation from Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Crediting him for helping lift what he called brutal and crippling sanctions, Trump quipped, "Oh, what I do for the Crown Prince." Syria had been designated a state sponsor of terrorism since 1979. The 2019 Caesar Act had made Syria's economy untouchable, penalizing anyone assisting the Assad regime. According to the World Bank, Syria's economy shrank by more than half between 2010 and 2020. By 2022, poverty affected 69% of the population. Extreme poverty hit more than 25%, likely worsening after the 2023 earthquake. Gulf states were eager to invest, but they were blocked by US laws. Now, with the sanctions gone, billions in trades and reconstruction money could begin flowing in. During the meeting, the US president asked Sharaa to normalize ties with Israel, expel foreign and Palestinian militants, and help the United States prevent an ISIS resurgence. Sharaa had promised to build a government defined by institutions and a council chosen by the people. The move opens doors for Gulf states and Turkey to regain influence and profit in Syria. Analyst Natasha Hall from CSIS said the fact that Trump did it so publicly and from Riyadh is tacit approval for those looking to invest in Syria. It means he's giving wins to Mohammed bin Salman. In Syria, fireworks lit up major cities. Billboards went up thanking Trump and MBS. The Syrian lira surged 27% against the US dollar. Economy and Trade Minister Mohammed al-Sharaa broke down on live television saying Syria is now entering a new phase. But not everyone is celebrating. Critics warned the regime still harbors extremist elements. In March, UN reports said regime-loyal armed men carried out field executions during a crackdown on Assad loyalists, killing Alawite civilians, including women and children. For decades, Gulf countries watched from the sidelines as Iran dominated Syria. Now, with Assad gone, Saudi Arabia and Qatar are stepping in. While Trump urged normalization with Israel, no such breakthrough happened during his visit. In fact, Trump's embrace of Sharaa directly defied Israeli interests. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had asked Trump not to lift Syrian sanctions, fearing a repeat of the 7th of October Hamas-led attacks. After Assad's fall, Netanyahu ordered a major ground push into Syria, breaking a 50-year unspoken truce. Israeli troops seized Mount Hermon and bombed chemical weapons sites to keep them from militants. Netanyahu said, "We toppled the Assad regime, which was used as the landlink between Iran and Hezbollah in Lebanon." After the meeting, Trump praised Sharaa as a great young attractive guy with a very strong past who is a fighter. He added, "He's got a real shot at pulling it together."
How did you find the Syrian president?
Right. I think very good. Young, attractive guy, tough guy. You know, strong pass. Very strong pass fighter.
Does that worry you at all?
He's got a real shot at pulling it together. I spoke with President Erdogan, who I'm very friendly with him. He feels he's got a shot at doing it.
A US president, a former jihadist, billions in investments, and a shifting balance of power. Trump's meeting in Riyadh may be remembered as the moment Syria and the Middle East entered a new chapter.